What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity build a video. Today we're going to be doing a low-level contest mayor's walkthrough. I'm going to try to, explain it in a way where I haven't really explained it before, maybe a little bit more in depth in certain areas where I try to, skip over, I guess, because I figure that most people understand it. So if I'm saying something you already know, well, sorry. We've got a lot of beginners, so... First thing you need to do is set the scene. He is level 24. He has no experience left that he can utilize. So he's going to have to camp, right? It means no regular residential homes can be done. It is the beginning of the contest. He's in Mega. He has plenty of time to finish, so it's all hands on deck. We're good to go. Okay? All right. Let's see here. So you're going to do your task assessment. Now, if you haven't already, you need the Contest Mayor's document link. And in that link, you should have a ComCharts link. That'll give you like a quick cheat sheet that tells you which assignments have the ability to be worth what points and everything that you need to know about that assignment in terms of risk and information. So basically what you're going to do is on the left-hand side of your list here, you're going to mark things as the predictive column. That is what the task can be worth, not what it's currently worth in the list. The right-hand side of the column, you're going to mark it what it is currently worth and its current status. Now, that is a big bit of information I just gave you there, okay? Because just because it is worth 2K or higher does not mean it is necessarily marked as a main task. It has to be a doable task for you. If it is not a doable task for you, then you need to mark, what category that belongs into. So let's say that it's an upgrade that you don't do. You don't mark it main if it's 2K or higher. If it's something you can't do, you mark it as no touch, cancel. Okay? If it is below 2K and it's something you can't do, you mark it no touch, not no touch, cancel. Now, rotatable tasks are tasks that are below 2,000 points but are doable in the list. Main tasks are 2,000 points or higher that are doable in the list. Last resort rotatables are non-premium assignments with high algorithm rates, and the reason that we mark them this way is so that they don't keep coming back and lowering your average. So if you have a repair or keys at the value of 1,200, they get marked LR. If you have coins at any value, it's LR. If you have monster in your list below 2,000 points, it's no touch. And then you deal with your upgrades as they are based on their value. Hang on just a second here. Okay, sorry about that. So, here we go. Non-premium are assignments that cannot be worth 3,000 points. Now, the reason that this is important is because when you rotate certain assignments that don't have the ability to be worth a lot of points, you take away a decent opportunity. And I think a lot of people don't really understand that because they'll rotate something and they won't think about what the possibilities of that something are. For example, let's say that you have a 1,500 chair assignment and the chairs are ready for pickup. And you have a 1,500 war deliveries assignment. And your club is in war for the next day and a half. You don't have the stuff for the deliveries. It's not convenient for you. So you say, fuck it. I can just do the chairs right now. That sounds like a good plan. It's not really a good plan because the war deliveries can be worth 3,000 points, whereas the chairs can't be. So you got that value possibility section in the comm math document. That is the category you're going to look at. You're going to say, look, war is limited time, right? Can only be done during war or, on the monster. The value is equal. The value possibility is higher on the war deliveries, but the value opportunity is equal. Now, value and value opportunity are always the same. They match. If the value is good, the value opportunity is good. If the value is bad, the value opportunity is bad. So what is value opportunity? Value opportunity is what you gain by completing that value placement within the list. For example, if you look at his list here, he has the VU, he has the upgrade war disaster, he has the storage for 3,000. All of these assignments are 3,000 points. All of them are premium. All of them are main tasks. So how do you make your selection from here? Right? So I think this is where a lot of people screw up. because they see this and they really don't, I guess they would go by convenience if they don't know what they're doing, right? They're going to say, well, I can do this now, so I'll just do this. And that's actually the wrong thing to do. What you want to do is look at your comm charts and you want to say, okay, all 3 of these are premium. They're all main tasks. Which would be the best one to choose of these 3 and why? Because here's the thing. You have a limited number of assignments. If you don't choose your assignments in a very strategic order, you are going to mess up the way that the game spits your assignments out. Whether it be you put yourself into reverse rotation, where it just gives you garbage for the whole contest, whether it be that you block off your good doorways, which if you don't know what that is the spot on the list. So VU would be doorway number 1. From here, it would be doorway number 1. If the VU assignment gave us another assignment and another assignment, if we complete like 3 assignments on this door and they're all good, that makes that doorway good, okay? So you got to be really careful what you rotate and why. So from here, you got to pull up your comm chart, okay? And in your comm chart, you're going to read, there's an info section, which is the opportunity section. There's the algorithm, and then there's the risk. You need to weigh out the pros and the cons of every assignment and decide which one has the best solution for this particular situation. So for here, we've got VU for 3,000. That doesn't really have a whole lot of downtime, but it does cost, quite a bit of VU items. And it can be annoying to have to do all those repairs right away, especially, given that you just started the contest. It is good opportunity and the algorithm is medium, so we'll come back, so hopefully it's good to you. Then we've got the war disaster for 3,000. Now this one is limited in general, so you have to have war cards stacked up in order to be able to even do this task, which is exactly why you should be saving all of your war card upgrades for the contest only. This assignment has a low algorithm rate, which means it shouldn't come back a whole bunch. That means that it has good opportunity. So we've just determined that it is quick and has good opportunity. Now, what about the algorithm? We just said that it doesn't come back very much. So it's not going to block any doorways. You're not going to burn through a bunch of stuff and be screwed. So far that looks like to be the right one, right? But let's just keep going. We've got storage for 3,000. Okay, well, storage, problem with this assignment is even if you have the storage parts to do it, let's say once. Well, this assignment, if you look at your comm charts, this one comes back super quickly. So if it's always worth 3,000 in Mega, and it comes back super fast, and the parts are hard to get, what do you think's going to happen if you do this early on? It's going to come back, and it's going to come back on your good doorways. And you're going to be forced to either do it again or cancel it, which you can't really cancel it because it just keeps coming back. So you would be flipping the doorway. You don't want to put yourself in that position. So really what you would want to do is say, if I can only do this assignment once or twice, why not just wait till the end of the contest to do it? And that way I eliminate the risk early on in the contest. Because obviously you're not clearing anything by doing it, right? You're not gaining anything by it not being in the list. It's not like you're going to complete it. It's going to stay away and give you something better. It's just going to keep coming back. And if you can't do it, you're just going to fuck yourself. So you might as well just keep that to the side. So we've got VU and we've got the war upgrade. War upgrade can be done in a matter of seconds. There you go. That's the one you're going to do. Okay, so he does that. Now, he gets feed for 1,400. Now, he would have prepared feed because he's in my group and he knows that, right? So he should have all the feed ready for pickup, okay? Now, the problem with this is even though he's prepared it, he has better assignments worth more points. And even though there is no downtime because he has prepared the feed, if that feed comes back, especially for main task value, it'll block up his good doorway, like his high value placements. And he will be forced to take double downtime to complete it since he's a low level player and doesn't have a lot of factory slots. So really what he would want to do is leave the feed prepared in his factories, but ignore the task for the time being. Okay? Then he would move to his next best option, which we just determined that that would be VU instead of storage, so VU is correct. From here, he cancels the milestone for residentials. Here's the thing. You don't have to do it this way. You can leave them to sit as long as you collect your other milestones as they're done, and then you can just cycle through it, and that way you don't have to waste the cash. But I mean, it's up to you how you want to go about it. You really want to collect your milestones without exceeding your average of 24 to 2,500 points, roughly. Okay, so if you go above that in total on your tasks completed divided by the total score, if you go above that, then you're going to have problems. The game's going to start giving you garbage. Okay, so he cancels that, does his VU assignment. Now he makes a very, very crucial mistake, and he does storage. Okay, so the next thing that we want to look at, and this is why you should have kept your screenshots, is the starting doorways. The very first, top 3 assignments that you rotate, those are your starting doorways. Those are the doorways that lead back to your good doorways. Right now, we have 2 starting doorways that have been completed. One has a bread rolls for 720 on it, and one has a feed assignment for 1400. So that kind of sucks, but whatever, it's not terrible. So he does the storage when he shouldn't have. Okay, we've just determined why that shouldn't have been done. What he actually should have done, he can do the land expansion, and this is kind of the same thing as the storage, except land expansion tends to stay away just a little bit longer, and it doesn't take up a 3K spot, so that one's not too bad. But let's say you didn't have land expansion, and we're not doing storage, then you would go with the cargo. The cargo being that it is an 1800 value point, okay? And it has decent opportunity attached to it. The algorithm is not very high on that task, so that would be what he should have done here is the cargo. He went with storage. Okay, so he does storage, and he gets his VU back. Okay, so he does that. That now becomes the correct choice. Then he gets a Tokyo delivery for 2,000. So obviously, this doorway's been decent to him. So we have to think about that storage assignment that's going to be coming back any minute now. If he does this assignment, and the storage comes back and covers this doorway, that wouldn't be, super ideal, right? But he does the Tokyo delivery. Now he gets a 2,400 Old Town. Ouch. Okay, but remember, we got to keep track of what doorways are good. So far, every single assignment that's been done on this doorway has been main task value. Now, the problem with this is that the Old Town building, if you look at your comm chart, it says HP next to it, which means high premium, which means it can come back for over 3,000 points. If this assignment comes back for 3,600 points, if we cancel it, it's going to take up even a higher placement in the list. So that would really suck, right? It just came in. We never cancel upgrades when they just come in because we don't know how our week is going to be to us. So from here, he should go with the cargo. Okay, so he does cargo. Now he gets a 3,600 launch legendary attack. This is an obvious no-brainer. It's limited time. 3,600 points, good opportunity, low algorithm. You would absolutely do this. Okay? Now he gets a last resort rotatable repair. So at the beginning of this video, I told you that if the repair or the keys comes in at 1,200 points, you mark them LR. Okay? LR means you can only do LR tasks in 3 scenarios. 1, you are in reverse rotation. That is where every single assignment that has come in has been basically 1,000 points or under on average, right? Like everything's rotatable value has just been trashed. Like everything is garbage. That is not the case here. So that's out. Then you have the second scenario, and that is where value trumps opportunity. Okay, that is when you are at your last 15 tickets and you are doing your highest valued assignments purely for the purpose of pocketing the points and not looking for opportunity because you're running out of tasks. That's not the case here. We have 53 assignments. The third and final reason you would do an LR task is if you're flipping the doorway. He has no reason to flip this doorway because it hasn't been good to him. I mean, not really, right? So flipping the doorway would mean that he would need to complete the repair assignment, then complete an assignment with good opportunity in hopes to get that repair assignment on a different spot on the list. Then go back to that doorway and work his good doorway. This is not a good doorway. It does not make sense to do that. So repair is out. Canceling is out. We haven't got far enough to cancel yet. It could just come right back. Bread rolls is extremely low in value. Okay? Feed, we've already discussed that. Sugar would mean that we would have to junk all the feed. It's for less points, and it has a higher algorithm, so that's a no-touch task, okay? Coins is an LR task. We just explained why LR is the wrong choice. Now, what is at the rest of the bottom of his list? Because he doesn't submit very many screenshots here at the bottom of his list, so we'll have to go back. Okay, he has a non-premium no-touch on the Latin, non-premium no-touch monster, non-premium no-touch design, premium 800 shoes, non-premium epic. Okay, so if you look at your comm charts, we have shoes that are decent in opportunity, 80 points more than the bread rolls. We have epic, which is non-premium rotatable. That particular assignment has a high algorithm attached to it, so it will keep returning. Now you have to focus on what is the weathering system like, right? It's just what I call it. So your list is broken into 3 sections, top, middle, bottom. If you go from the top, reach to the bottom, you change the weathering system of the week. Now, typically what that usually means is that you do an upgrade. Or not you do an upgrade, you get upgrades flooding you, right? Now, you need to think ahead here. You really got to brainstorm. What is going to happen if I do this versus that? How is this all going to play out, right? So by completing the repair, we just discussed that it's just going to keep returning for a low value and lowering our average. That's 800 points on our average we would be losing. So we need to run about a 2K average to be decent. And that's without milestones, okay? So if you lose those 800 points and that task keeps coming back, you're just going to keep lowering your average, and it's just going to keep being a problem for you. It's not going to give you any better opportunity, and you're only 7 assignments in. That would absolutely be ridiculous, right? The bread rolls are 80 points less, but they're at the top of the list. So yeah, we could do the bread rolls, right? We could, but we really don't have anything going for us. So we could do the shoes, and the shoes would say, you know, let's see if we're going to flood them with upgrades, and then we can get this shit canceled, start opening stuff up, right? Because right now, we got nothing going on. I would have went with the shoes. That's what I would have done. We've already had upgrades roll in. We've got nothing going for us. We need to know if we can cancel. Because what's going to happen is he can do the rolls, and let's say it gives him garbage, okay? Then what's the next move? To either cancel or do the shoes. So why not just, you know what I mean? Think ahead a little bit. He actually went with repair, which was freaking ridiculous. Now he gets seeds. Now he has the feed prepared. It would not make any sense to junk the feed to make seeds. That would be ridiculous. I would go with the shoes still in this scenario. Because, man, he is going to run out of opportunity. He's 8 tasks in. And look, already half of his list is no touch. And you got to think about something here. Don't forget, we still have that repair out there and that storage out there that's going to come back. So if he does do the seeds and the bread rolls and both of those assignments come back, what are his options now? A feed that he just junked and shoes that, you know, could have been done ages ago. So, yeah, I would not junk the feed yet. He does feed. Okay. All right, fine. Does feed. Now he gets paint. Cool. Assuming he does paint. Cool. Fine. Repair comes back. Well, now it's at the value of 2,000, so it has to be done. So we still have this as a risk, coming back for less. Okay, so he does that. Now he gets keys for 2,000. That's a no-brainer. It's a main task. You're going to do that. Okay. Now he gets metal for 1,530. Now he's already picked up all the feed. But he has seeds for 1,590. This particular doorway wasn't terrible. It's actually been better to him. So yeah, he could go with the metal if he wanted to. Now he gets keys for 2,000. Okay? Now he gets another 1,500 point factory assignment. So from here, it's not being that great. I mean, we're getting 2,000, 2,000, and then like less, and yeah, it's not being super great. We also still have the repair and the storage, right? So I would have went with the seeds. It's quicker, costs more, and if the repair or the storage comes back, at least it'll be on a different doorway. He does minerals. Now he gets a regular residential that he cannot do. Okay, so from here, he needs to cancel something to open up some main tasks, but he can't yet because it just rolled in. So if he cancels it, comes right back, we're going to have a problem. So now it's seeds, shoes, bread rolls. Lower your average by doing seeds. Yeah, you can do that. Or you could think ahead just a minute and say, yeah, I should probably do the shoes. Change the weathering system. See if this is going to work. If I can get all these damn upgrades to roll in, then cancel what I need to instead of doing this thing where people... This is what people do, okay? They get an upgrade. Then they get some low-valued crap task. They do a couple of those. Upgrade stays away. Then all of a sudden they get smacked with another upgrade. They do a couple more crappy rotatable tasks. Smacked with another upgrade. And then by the time they get around to frickin' canceling shit, their average is so crap when they really should have just changed the weathering system of the week, had them flood them with upgrades if that's what it's going to do, and then cancel everything that they need to cancel, and then you would not have this problem. He went with seeds. Okay? So now he gets chemicals. Now chemicals takes, well, it's going to take 4 hours downtime for him because he doesn't have that many slots. And it has a higher algorithm attached to it than most factory assignments. So, yeah, at this value, he could do it. If you look at the comm guide, I believe it's like 1,600. But realistically, look at his list. It's shit. He's got 2 residentials taking a main task value. Expand City, he can't do. Chems, which will probably just come right back. Sugar, that's garbage. And then we know what's at the bottom of the list is an epic, which is a high algorithm assignment. And we also have the shoes, right? But we also have a milestone on the epic, so, you know, might want to consider that as well. I would have done the shoes, and then I probably, depending on what the shoes would have gave, I would have done the epic, get that milestone done. I mean, obviously you're going to save the epic points for your assignments, but work towards that milestone, especially the first day of the contest. You know, because you definitely want to work around all that. Now he does bread rolls. Well, why? They're 80 points less. They're not going to be doing you any favors. All right, whatever. So he does bread rolls. Gets his 3K VU. Cool. Now look what happens. Yeah. So there's that repair again that we were worried about. And it's at LR value. Which means we're going to lower our stuff by 800 points again. Not a smart move, right? Okay. Gets VU again. So VU, repair, VU. Okay. Now he gets keys for 1,200. Another LR task. So we have the repair out there still. Now we have the keys here. We really need to get the shoes done. And that way we can cancel some stuff. Because if we cancel now without doing the shoes, and canceling leads to garbage, the next move is going to be the shoes. And that would have just defeated the entire purpose. he does the frickin' keys. So he went and did another LR task. Wow. And he gets repair back for 1,600. So, now at the value of 1,600, it's holding a semi-decent place value, and then he ignores it. Where's the logic in this? Like, it's okay to do repair and keys as long as they're at the do not touch value, but it's not okay to do them when I should be doing them. Like, I don't understand the logic of what he's doing. So, now we've got expand city. Now, if you could have done that, why didn't you do that before? Alright, fine, whatever. Even so, it's a mess, okay? Because that assignment's going to come back. We've got storage out there. We've got keys out there that still need to come in. And the repair is now holding a 1,600 place value, which is a doable place value. So he gets minerals. Now, if you haven't noticed something here, and this is why you need your freaking screenshots, minerals is not a high algorithm assignment. It's not. So if we're seeing minerals coming in 2 times now, along with a couple other assignments that don't have high algorithm, what does that tell you? You haven't changed the weathering system of your week, right? He's been working the top portion of his list the entire column so far. So nothing's really going to take a big turn and start changing and giving him good, other tasks until he starts, breaking out of the top portion of his list. So far, we've seen a lot of VU, a lot of repair, a lot of keys. We've got some minerals in there. You know what we've seen. Okay, so now he does repair. Now he gets metal. Metal is not a high algorithm assignment. How often do you get metal? Not very much, right? So why are we seeing metal and minerals when they're not high algorithm? Well, I just told you why, because he hasn't changed the weathering system of his week. So he does metal, lowers his average again. Now he gets keys again. Okay, cool, it's 2,000, obviously you're going to do it. Now he gets a launch-specific war attack. Now this assignment does not have a high algorithm attached to it. However, we need to get this stuff canceled. He should be doing the shoes. Finally does the shoes, but I don't think he did them for the right reason. I don't know. Something tells me he just did them just to do them. Change the weathering system, he gets his 3K storage. Finally, do not fucking touch that. Don't touch it. It's there, ignore it. Now you can secure that before you cancel. You don't want to have a situation where you cancel, you open up a good doorway, and storage comes back on it. So that's a good thing. Now he does minerals, when he should have went with the Epic project. The Epic project down below could have opened up some better stuff. He's got a milestone for it, and obviously the top doorways aren't going to be phenomenal to him anyways. So he does minerals. Now he gets repair. Okay, fine. Don't fucking touch it. Do not touch it. You've got both those secured. The only one out there now is keys. So from here, he can either go with the launch-specific war attack or the Epic. Now, given that he has to cancel his upgrades soon anyways, even if the launch-specific war attack gives him something decent, he's going to have to do that Epic soon anyways, because he's run out of spots, right? And if canceling leads to, garbage, he's going to resort to the Epic anyways. So he might as well do the Epic first and eliminate the risk before he does his cancellation. He went with canceling the regular residential. Now he gets a upgrade 1,000 Tokyo. Now here's the problem with this, okay? That particular assignment, and any assignment actually, at 1,000 points, has a higher likelihood of giving a 3K task. Given that he's just done a cancellation, I would not recommend it because it could give him an upgrade of high value. I would go with the Epic or the launch-specific war attack, like I said early on. Honestly, I would probably go with the launch-specific war attacks now that he's freaking canceled. Doing the Epic would be not probably very good, because, yeah, there's that whole risk thing. He went with the delivery to Tokyo. Now he gets an upgrade back. Well, at least it's for a lower value. Yeah. So now he does the launch-specific war attack, and he gets a 1k VU. Now, notice that we've had VU for over main task value every time, and now it's in here for 1,000. Okay, so another launch-specific war attack. Again, not a high algorithm assignment, but we're seeing it again. He needs to do the epic. He needs to switch this shit up. So from here, this is where I really lost faith in this person. It says epic points completed. You didn't do the epic assignment, which tells me that you were completing an epic purely for the milestone. You cannot do that. You are a low-level player. You are camping for a very long time. If you burn through every one of your epics by doing these stupid milestone assignments but not pairing them up with your normal assignments, you will end up with no houses left. And you're going to be screwed. Okay? So you need to use your epics sparingly. At least make it to where you're utilizing them on your main list, not just for the milestones. Okay? Now he gets minerals back. I don't know what he did. Hold up. Oh, okay. So now minerals comes back. This is the third time. This is the history portion of your comm math. So you have your list of comm math categories. Value, value opportunity, value possibility, downtime, doorway, algorithm, risk. You know, you got all these things that you got to look at. One of those things is history. You have to look at how many times that assignment has come in, what it has been worth, what it's led to, is it on a good doorway? All of these things have to be considered. Right now, that is not a good move. Now, he could have done an epic if he wasn't on an epic cooldown. I'm assuming he's on an epic cooldown. And now he can't do it. So now he's forced to do the minerals. And he doesn't. He does repair again for 1,200. Yeah. Didn't learn the first couple times. Didn't listen to me. You know, if you had done a task assessment, because this player knows better, okay? If you had done your task assessment, all he would have had to do, and all anybody has to do when they're in a situation where they don't know what to do, is do a task assessment. That's not just to be done at the beginning of the week. Mark them up. Premium, non-premium, what they should be like. And if he would have marked that LR, he would have went through the 3 scenarios in which you complete an LR task, and he would have realized that that is not a good move. Now, he didn't do that, okay? Now, something tells me, and this happens all the time, it drives me crazy. I would say 9 out of 10 people, when they do the wrong thing like this, and I ask them what they were thinking and why they did it, you know what they give me as a reason? I didn't know what else to do. Okay. All right. So let me get this right. You know that jumping off the cliff is going to break your legs. Yeah? Okay. And so, because you didn't know another way across to get across the cliff, instead of looking for somewhere else to cross this cliff, looking for a different assignment, right? You decide that you're going to do the thing that you know is going to screw you over because you don't know the right thing to do, so you're definitely going to do the wrong thing. Does that make sense to you? Like, logically, does that make sense? No. I would say, like I said, 9 out of 10 people know when they do something stupid. They know it's wrong, and they do it anyway because they don't know what else to do. You would be better. I mean, look at your odds. Look at your completable, doable assignments. Because, again, 9 out of 10 people, when they do the wrong thing, they end up doing the right thing immediately after doing the wrong thing because they don't have any other options. For example, he's got minerals, he's got epic, and he's got repair, right? That's basically what he's decided in his mind is doable. Most of the time, once they do the wrong thing, like I said, they immediately go and do the right thing. And it just blows my mind. Like, why couldn't you have just realized that it was the wrong thing first, know that it's the wrong thing, and immediately not do that wrong thing, and pick the opposite? And just by the chance of odds, you're going to do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do the wrong thing. 1,500 wood. Fan-fucking-tastic. Another drop on your average. You still have repair out there now. You still got keys out there. Ouch. Okay, launch specific attack or launch attack in Club Wars. Hammers, 720. So garbage, 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 garbage. All garbage. Yeah. So, again, need to unblock these doorways. Look at this shit, you guys. He has 25 assignments left, plus 15 tickets. If he doesn't open something up here, he is going to totally screw himself. This is when you would have to go back through your screenshots and see if you can locate any of your good doorways. Like, when was the last time you had a good doorway? Go to that doorway and try to do something about it. Whether it has to be a cancellation or completion or whatever. Find that damn good doorway. But he can't do that right now because he has too many non-premium LR tasks out there that are just going to block it up the moment he uncovers it anyways. So what he needs to do is he needs to change the weathering system to get some different assignments in here. We can't keep doing metal and repair and fucking minerals and shit. Like, it's not helping, okay? So, epic would be what I would do. He does frickin' hammers. Alright, does hammers. Cool. Now he gets repair back. Well, now it's at main task value, so obviously you're gonna do it. Okay. Now he gets a VU for 1,000, so he does storage. Okay. Well, if you do storage, and you can't do it again, I mean, maybe it's covering a good doorway. Maybe. I mean, you don't have that many assignments left. Yeah, he could do that, I guess. But ideally, that's not technically the correct choice. He needs to change something up. But he does storage. All right, fine. Gets his war deliveries. All right, cool. Now he gets 1,600 repair. So what do you think about that doorway? What do you think it would have gave him if he hadn't screwed his list up and done the repair a bunch of times? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. See, when it comes in for the value in which he shouldn't touch it, he touches it. But when it comes in for 1,600, he's ignored it both times. Both times it popped up for 1,600, he ignored it. It's 1,600. It's on a doorway that was a 3K, then a 2,500, now 1,600. Now would have been the time to do it. And he ignored it. Does the VU, then does the repair. Now explain this to me. This really ticked me off. Because like I said, this is not rocket science shit, man. Like, this particular mistake was just absolutely ab-fucking-surd. Does the VU for 1,000. Why would he do that over the repair of 1,600 and then immediately do the repair when he gets a 2,160 on freaking flour? Why would he do that? I'll give you one reason, and one reason only. Convenience. Convenience. He is pairing up his choices based on what is convenient to his gameplay. That is why he chose the VU before the repair, and that is why he chose the repair after he got a 2,160 on the flour. Maybe he had something else prepped in his barn, and he didn't want to junk it yet, even though he knows he's going to junk it in one task anyways, to do the flour. He just did a launch VU, so he has the repairs there, so why not just do it, right? Well, I'll tell you why not. Because you just completed 2 assignments and got a total of 2,600 points when you could have completed 1 assignment and got 2,160. Hello? Come on. Man, really? Man. Storage is back. Not really a shock there. Now he immediately does the flour. Okay, that's correct. Now he gets a War Booster. War Booster is known to bring in upgrades. In this particular situation, this mess of a situation, yeah, he can do the epic. He should do the epic. But if the War Booster has a higher likelihood of bringing in upgrades, he should do the War Booster first, then the epic, then cancellations. Does the War Booster, gets the 1,600 grass, does that. And that's where he just stopped uploading. I don't know what the hell this person was thinking, what they were doing, but you have to listen to the comm guide. If the comm guide is saying no, 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 and you're like, yes, 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 that's a big problem, okay? You also need to make sure that you have your screenshots. Do you know how many people watch my videos? And then they come to me for help and they're like, oh, I don't have any screenshots. Really? Come on. Is it that hard to take a screenshot? Like, you need them. To play like a pro, you absolutely need them, okay? So make sure you take your screenshots. Make sure that you read the comm guide and make sure that if it says no, don't do it. Try really hard to kind of look at everything when you're looking at your assignments and say, okay, if I do this, what is the likely outcome of what's going to happen by me doing this? Because it's really just a game of odds. You're basically saying, I have all these assignments. This one brings me the highest likelihood of success, and this one does not. Therefore, just based on odds alone, I'm going to go with what has the better chance of odds. If the odds are that the repair is going to come back repeatedly and lower your average, that is not a good move, right? Okay. Another thing that I've noticed a lot, especially on the Discord channel, is people are thinking that they don't have to, let's say, do their tickets. Like, they see first place, maybe a day left or whatever, and, they fucking are like, oh, I got a 2K lead, I'm fine. No. If you put forth the effort to work your ass off and play calm, just do the 15 tickets. Even if you have a 40K lead, it is not enough. There are a lot of people that save their milestones, and you should be one of them. There is absolutely no reason whatsoever to collect the last 3 milestones early on. None. Okay? You collect the first 4. Let's say you did all 7. Then you leave your last 3. You complete all your assignments, all of your tickets except 1. So you'll have 1 remaining ticket and 3 collectible milestones. The last minute of the contest, you collect everything. If you're not awake during that time, collect it before bed. But if you're dealing with a hacker or whatever, you might want to set an alarm and just collect it. Because, a lot of people do lose that way. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to throw in the towel just to save a couple of tickets. Because if you do that, somebody jumps you last minute, snipes you, and then you're sitting there with your 14 tickets or your 5 tickets that you saved. You're going to be wishing you didn't do that. Okay? So just trust me on this. You have them, use them. Do not use them if you don't think you can win. If you don't think you can win, you need to stop investing everything. All the cash, all the tokens, everything. Just stop investing. Just do quick, fast, easy points. Make sure you stay in the league that you want to be in. And, obviously hope for the highest placement you can get. But do not invest a bunch of cash and, tickets and war cards just to get second place. Don't do that. It's all or nothing. It's winning or losing. Like, that's how it is. Okay? Like, don't do that. All right. Good luck to you guys. Hopefully this helps. And if you have any questions, put it down in the comment section.